So we're twinning. You quit your job, I quit my job, we're both unemployed, we have no money coming in. Great times. Water kefir. It's better than kombucha. So what do you do when you quit your job? Well, I can tell you what I did. I'm not saying it's probably the right way to go about it, but it's the way I went about it, and I think it's the right way to do it for me. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody has different things going on, so you just do what you think is right. First thing that I did, primarily before quitting the job, was to save up money. If you already know you're going to quit your job, you're already in a better position than those that are getting laid off. I mean, we're already in the mentality of, oh, I'm getting ready to leave, and this time, let me try to save up this amount of money so that way I can be prepared for the times when I'm not working and I don't have income coming in. And I think it's a no-brainer, although it may be hard for some people. That's what I did. I was able to save up a bit to be able to give me a little cushion for any extenuating circumstances like today, where now I'm not working anymore. But I do have a plan, and I'm working towards that plan. Number two, and this one's very important, is that there's a planning phase that you need to do right after you quit your job, or ideally before you quit your job, where you create an income and expense list, maybe on an Excel sheet, maybe on a piece of paper, doesn't matter. And you basically note down everywhere you're getting money from, whether that be unemployment, or your parents give you an allowance, or you have a rich uncle that subsidizes you for X amount of time, or I don't know, wherever else you can make money, selling crack in the streets. Don't do that. So you make a list of those income sources, and then you make a list of your expenses. This is simple stuff. Ladies and gentlemen. This is what I did. You make an income list, then you make an expense list, and then after you make that list, now you know my money's going in these places, and you can start cutting down on all those expenses. And this is where planning meets action. You start doing the things that you need to do to survive. You don't need a car payment. I'm sorry to tell you. You can sell your car and get a $1,500 car like I had. I drove a $1,500 car for a long time. It was a 1990 Toyota Corolla. I talked them down from $1,700 to $1,500 because I only had $1,500 at the time. And I drove that until I made some money to be able to buy my Prius now, which is a great car. It saves a lot of gas, and I love it. And it's very spacious on the inside. If you've ever gone car camping, a Prius is the way to go, believe it or not. Anyways, you don't need that car payment, so you cut down. You have that expense list already. If you did it on Excel, you can order it from largest to smallest. So you don't need that expensive car, and I can bet that you are probably, besides your mortgage or your rent, you're probably paying a lot on your car or your car insurance, and those things combined, they can add up. So you're not driving to a job anymore, so you don't need that crazy expensive car. Luckily, I have my car paid off, so I didn't have to cut that out. But what I did cut out was my insurance. I did have a lot better coverage. Now that I'm unemployed, I have to take the risk, and I have to cut all that coverage down to the bare minimum, so I'm just doing liability now. That cut my insurance payments in half, so I'm only paying, like, for 2 cars, I'm paying $100 a month, luckily. So when I was originally paying like $300, actually it's $125 I'm paying now. So I was originally paying $300, so I cut that all down, and you can do the same. It's a little bit riskier, but sacrifices have to be made. After you cut down the biggest expenses like your car payments, car insurance, stuff like that, then you cut down unnecessary expenses. And this might be hard for some people, I think, but unnecessary expenses could be stuff like, you don't need an Amazon Prime account. You don't. You don't need a Netflix account. You don't need Hulu. You don't need Spotify, which, oh man, that's $20 a month, which we're going to have to cut loose now. So all the streaming services, you don't need those things. You can stream for free with ads on some places, and some places you just got to suffer. And dude, you're unemployed. Like, you're not making any money. Come on. So that's the next thing you do. Cut big expenses, cut unnecessary expenses. I made a little list here. And then this is what we're going to start doing now. Before, we just spent money on food willy-nilly. We just made it rain all over the grocery store. Now we're gonna survive on deals. I made a quick video where I showed that I bought really big bags of flour and lentils and beans and granola stuff, or grains. So I bought big bags in bulk. I bought them in bulk from this web restaurant store. It's like a bulk restaurant supplier store, and I went ahead and did that while I was still working, so that way I knew I had some money coming in, and I'm storing them in these 5-gallon buckets these 5-gallon containers. So now we have food. We need to eat. We'll have food at a minimum. So but you can also do the same thing without having to go crazy like that buying bulk foods. You can go to Aldi's, the special deals in Walmart. There's cheap ways to do this. Think about the days you were in college, or the days when you first got your first job and you had to save money. Maybe you didn't get fed by your parents all the time, so you had to find a way to find cheap food. Just think about those days again. And then the last thing, it's a simple list. I mean, it's not rocket science. You could do this. If you just quit your job, you did it for a reason. I did mine. I quit mine for a reason, and I'm sure you did as well. And that reason is just valuable. So now you just got to focus towards your goal, the goal that you already set when you were like, I'm quitting my job now, and I've had this dream for a long time. Well, now's your chance. Now you can run towards that goal as fast as you can. And for us, that goal is getting this house ready to sell. I'm in a very blessed position where I have a house that I own, and it's worth more than my mortgage. So when I sell it, I can make a little bit of money. So then that way, once I sell this house, I can use that money, the net proceeds is what they call it. I can use that money to build up this cabin and build up this land that I bought in West Virginia. And then from there, I can either turn that place into an Airbnb, or I can turn it into a regular rental. If I do a long-term rental, the dream is to have somebody come in. They can stay as long as they want. I would never raise their rent. I would treat them like family as much as they would want to be treated. Some people don't want to be that close with their landlord, so I get it. But I would treat them like, I'm not just going to kick you out on the street because I'm trying to make more money by raising your rent. So if I do long-term rentals, that would be the plan, because I hear West Virginia has a housing shortage. I don't know. But the Airbnb would be cool if I can do that. So that's my dream, my goals. Finishing this house and then moving up to West Virginia, and I'm sprinting towards those goals. Oh, and trying to build my YouTube channel. So that's why I'm making this video. So I'm sprinting towards those goals, and I'm sure you've had a dream that you've always wanted to move towards. Well, you're unemployed, you have time, hopefully you saved up some money, so you have a little cushion. You have a business idea, you can go for it. I have one that I may start attempting. So now you just go towards your goal, go towards your dream. Oh, but if you did, I guess, again, everybody's situation is different. If you did the income expense list and your income's, and you don't have any savings and your income is nothing and your expenses are very high, then drastic times call for drastic measures. You're going to have to make some decisions that you might not be happy with. And, that could be stuff like moving to a smaller house, selling your house, giving up your lease, moving back in with your parents. Sometimes you gotta do these things, and I feel for you, and we're in the same boat. I prepared to make sure that at least I'm in a pretty boat while it sinks. So I hope you've done the same and that you can go ahead and succeed and run towards that goal that we were talking about. That's it. That's all you got to do. At least that's what I'm doing now that I recently quit my job in the federal government. And if you're interested in hearing why I quit that job, I posted a video a little bit ago. You can check it out if you're interested. It's kind of weird saying that. I'm not used to monologuing here for YouTube, so but I guess it's true. If you are interested, you can go ahead and check it out. Thanks.